Hey everybody, Brett from AstartesGaming here, back with another episode of our Okran's Wrath Let's Play for Kenshi. So, I've been doing a little bit of grinding off camera, not too much, it's only been a day or two. But I've been looting a lot of the people attacking the city of Mongrel, as well as, you know, doing a little bit of fighting against some fogmen of our own. But I've been able to accumulate a little bit of money, which I put into further upgrades. So you can see I bought Horan some mercenary plate, so he's a little bit better protected than he was before. I passed his armor over to Infinite Wingwang, who sold his assassin's garb, and then we bought both him and John a new helmet. So we're a little bit better equipped now, and we are out hunting once again. Now we're pretty far out from the city. I don't know if we can even see this city from here, so we need to be... Oh, actually we're not as far as I thought. Okay, the walls are right there, but there's no entrance nearby, so we do have quite the run to an entrance. However, there's a bunch of fogmen right here, so we were going to attack them. Now, unfortunately, I don't see a prince among them, so this is going to be more for experience than it is for any sort of monetary reward. But I don't see any reason not to attack them anyways. These are the easier groups of fogmen, just the regular ones rather than the heavies. So we'll get after them. And again, try to just toughen these guys up a bit. Hopefully we can catch them. They are walking, so let's maybe try to fight them on flatter ground. We do want to avoid this fog, though. They'll have an advantage in that thick fog, so we want to be fighting up here where it's nice and clear. Okay, we are gaining on them. That's good. Almost there. Did we stop? No, okay. There we go. Now they're attacking. So let's grab all three, and I'll just pick someone in the middle and say attack all. And let's just kind of let this play out and see how we do. I'm going to slow things down just so we can watch the combat a bit. You guys are not faring very well. Obviously, Horan's tearing through them, but Wing Wang's already down. John, please don't go down, because I don't want to have to... Like, it's going to be really hard to carry two people back to base. He's actually doing okay. Alright, Horan, I need you to bail John out, because if he has to be carried, then we're screwed. Alright, so there we go. Really, your chest, even with the new armor. And this isn't like cheap armor either. It's all high grade. Well, this is standard grade, but you get the idea. His vest is specialist grade. I think they just lack toughness. Toughness is 13, so it's not terrible, but it's not great either. So yeah, get him patched up. John, go ahead and treat yourself. And we'll probably head back after this. If we had fared a little bit better there, I would have maybe continued on for a little while, but I don't think it's wise to push our luck at this point. Do you need to treat yourself? No, you're fine. Okay. Well, grab him. And I guess let's get back to town. So, town is this way, I believe. It's kind of hard to see. But I think the entrance is over that way, so let's do something like that. I finally found a prince. He's guarded by a couple of heavies, though. If it's just the four of them, I think we can take them, even being down a man. And potentially with Horan carrying... You know what? Here's what we'll do. Horan, put him down quickly, if you don't mind. John, carry him for us. And then Horan, go after the prince. If you can even still see them. I think that's the prince there. Yeah. If you initiate an attack with him, is he going to turn around? I'm not sure. But John, if you've got him in tow, where are you? There you are. Keep heading for the gate. God, that's a long walk. Right about there. It's about as far as the camera will let me pan, but that should get them to the guards at least. And then we can focus on this. I've lost sight of them, though. There they are. Right on the edge of the fog. It looks like they might be engaging somebody. I honestly can't tell where they're going. I probably should have left him on their tail. There they are. Because if I break off pursuit, then I have to manually find them. Okay, so here we go. They're going to fight us now. Alright, so 1 on 4. But you're an Okranite. You can handle this. These are just beasts. Beasts for the slaughter. Wow, you're actually not faring so well here. Come on, take a swing. What are you waiting for? There we go. Almost one-shotted this guy. Yeah, the problem is they have pretty good attack speed. Alright, so that's 1 down. Oh, we got the prince too. Alright, just don't let them down you, man. Do not let them down you. Okay, perfect. Now take the head of that prince. Looks like he's already lost a leg. Wow, he's hanging in there. Oh, there's both legs. Okay. Ah, crap, I'm full of loot. Well, we can't leave the book. He wouldn't do that. So, here, Mr. Prince, you can have these useless mercenary clubs I've been looting off the heavies. I need a little bit more space, so if we do that, we can get the head. I'd like to grab the weapon, because these... it's actually not that valuable. Is that any better than this? 3.1, 3. Okay, so you can keep this. We'll take your weapon, since it's a little bit better. And we got a head. Yes, it does indeed suck to be him. You just cut several of his limbs off and then removed his head as he tried to crawl away. And let's send you home as well. We'll go ahead and collect on this head and see what we need. See what we want to do from there. I'll have him treat himself when we get back. I don't see any reason to do it out here. He's not bleeding or anything. But we do have some options. Now, it really depends how long we want to kind of hang out in Mongrel. Not very long. Again, Horan absolutely hates this place, but he does see an opportunity to make some money here. So I think he'd stick around at least long enough to take advantage of that. The issue is, you know what? Let's just grab everybody and issue the order now. It's probably best that he kind of escort John. Anyway, there are buildings available for purchase here. And as much as I don't want to do something identical to our other playthrough, there's quite a bit of mining resources around. This is a good place to set up a small mining operation. Not a permanent one, mind you. We're not going to do anything like we've got going in Squin with the other one, the other playthrough. But for the time being, since these guys don't tend to fare very well, I'm reluctant to do it though. I'm loath to just make them miners because at least by getting beat up by the Fogmen, they're gaining toughness. And if they're ever going to be paladins or high paladins or anything for the Holy Legion, the Holy Nation, excuse me, our Legion, then they're going to need that toughness. Part of why Horan is so resilient is he has 100 toughness. His combat skills aren't, I mean, they're good, don't get me wrong, but he's actually worse than a lot of the higher ranking unnamed Holy Nation characters in terms of combat. Many of them are like in the 60s, 65, 70. His only advantage is his durability, essentially. But we need to make them just as durable, otherwise they'll just never be able to keep up. For now, though, I think we're back to rest for a bit. Is there anybody to loot? It doesn't look like they've had any new guests recently, although I think this gate tends to get more of the riffraff. Yeah, there's a couple limbs and naked corpses. I don't know if he's ever going to put this guy down. Kind of annoying, actually, because he's got good loot on him. But that guard's pretty intent on holding onto him, so it's really nothing to be done. Let's head to the bar, though, and we'll get patched up. We don't really have money for gear. We could, though. We could have some money as soon as he sells that head, so let's do that while we're in there. I imagine the bartender will offer us just as much. If not, then we'll hold on to it until the trader opens. Oh, another fog death yard has been wiped out. Okay, what will you pay us for this? Perfect. So everybody's willing to give us the same amount. That's nice. So we're up to 12,000. I'm going to buy a bit more food. Oh, let's sell these as well. It's a little bit more. Not much, but I figured we'd take them just so that they couldn't get back up and use them against us, but also they're worth a little bit. Anyway, I'm going to move some stuff around and we'll give everybody a little bit more dried meat. Just so we don't need to worry about that. For a while, anyway. Okay, and Horan, do you have enough food? That's probably fine. Alright. Head upstairs and then get yourself patched up and we'll get everybody a bed. So John, if you could throw Wing Wang in there and then get a bed for yourself. Horan, grab that one on the end. Okay, that's one way to use it. And John, you go here. And we're going to sleep for a while. While they do that, I'm going to pause. I guess I don't need to pause. And we're going to survey real estate opportunities, I guess. So this building here is for sale. And I believe this is the biggest one available. It's 26,000 though. But no repairs necessary, so we can just buy it and immediately take advantage. There's also these small shacks. Much cheaper, but obviously very limited on space. So we really need to figure out what we're going to be doing with this structure before we come to a decision. And so I will definitely not do anything in that regard in this episode. I'd like to hear from you guys what you think. But at the very least, we need something where we can put someone to work doing research. Because if we're going to make our own bases anywhere, we need to be able to build walls, we need to be able to build all sorts of things. And so it's very important that we have somebody start on that as soon as possible. What else? Yeah, so the small shack is sort of the minimum that's required for that. You can only fit the basic research bench in there, and that's pretty much it. So that would be very limiting, but it would at least get the sort of the basics that we need down, and we can always move later when we need a bigger research bench. If we want to save up a little bit more, this obviously has space for several things that we need. We can put down our own beds on the roof if there... It doesn't look like there's beds up here. No. But there's definitely space for stuff. We can put down beds. We can put down training dummies. We can, of course, put a research bench probably in like this wing here or something. And if we want to get somebody started on crafting, that's a great way to make some money early in the game, is to... well, it's difficult because you need a bit of skill first. But if we get somebody with some decent skill, get a little bit of research in, we can buy iron plates, turn them into basic weapons or basic armor, and then ideally sell that for a profit while also leveling our skills. That's what I'm doing in the other playthrough with Vulcan. It does take a little while to get going, but it does work, and down the line you can make a lot of money off of that. But you need to be skilled and you need to have research for the valuable weapons that you want to make. Making the basic stuff forever is not going to get you very far. So yeah, that's something we need to decide on. Is that something we want to do? Do we want to stick around and kind of try to progress in that means here? Or do we want to just try to make enough money to get out of Mongrel and then worry about it? Horan would like to get back to the Holy Nation, but he is a bit of a pariah in exile still. So I don't think he could return until he's sort of ready to earn a place back. And so he doesn't necessarily need to have an entire legion at his back, but I think he does need to be in more of a position of power than he is now if he's going to have any sort of leverage to be invited back in. You guys are welcome to sort of contribute to that little bit of role play. What do you think is the minimum that the Holy Nation would accept to take him back in, essentially? Now, one way or another, when we go back to them, we're going to be going on a penitent crusade. And so that will involve putting together a legion if we don't have a decent one already, and going out and conquering something. I think we'll do cannibals first, because, you know, they are abominations in the eyes of the Okranites, of course. And let's move things a little bit faster because they're taking forever to heal. And I think the cannibals especially are worse because they are human, and so they're twisted human forms rather than these sort of beasts and monsters. Of course they're bad, but the corruption of the human form I think is even worse to an Okranite. But we'll see. Nothing's set in stone. That's just sort of the story I've got in my head for the time being. Horan is good to go, so I'm going to send him out to go do something productive. I don't know what. We can try to maybe fight. It looks like the guards are up to something. What's this about? More Holy Nation. Why don't you run out here and see what happens to him, because at the very least you might be able to loot somebody. Where did he go? Did he just take off? I honestly don't know. We can loot this guy. Okay. Well, these aren't worth a lot, so I don't know that it's worth looting them. Whereas, like, this weapon is worth quite a bit. So we'll take that. I'd like to grab this as well. Here's what I can do. Throw that on, drop it on the ground. That way, unless somebody else comes and grabs it, it's not going anywhere. This vest will probably sell. But let's just dump it on the ground and we'll take this high grade one. And honestly, actually, that's worth a decent amount. Let's throw that on him. And we'll sell it. I don't think he's one for hats. And then I guess with the rest of our inventory space, we'll grab some healing items. You know what? Here, dump those and take those. And again, we'll just come back for them later. I don't know what happened to the other guy. He looked like he was pretty well equipped, but he just kind of bolted and I lost track of him. There's a lot of guards around. This place has an impressive amount of guards, but I imagine... Oh, there he is. I imagine that's because they are constantly under assault from the Fogmen, so they kind of need it. Well, let's run into the traders and we'll unload everything we just picked up, or at least what we don't intend to keep. What's going on? What's happening here? Okay. Yeah, I don't know what you're doing there. He's got some decent loot on him, but I don't want to attack Holy Nation if I can help it. Now, if they're going to commit crimes and leave themselves open for looting, then yeah, sure, but that's pretty much it. So, let's sell... I'd rather keep the medical supplies, if I'm being honest. Let's get rid of those. That ninja blade I'm just going to sell. Those aren't hard to come by. Let's move this out of the... Come on. Move that out of the way. Is that worth selling? I think so. We can always get one later if we bring on another character, and that might be a while, so we'll see. Who's shouting assault? That guy's just dead. You are a guard. I don't know who's assaulting you. So let's just run back out here and grab the remaining loot. Okay, somebody's getting wrecked out here. It looks like somebody that we've already looted that was maybe trying to escape. I think they're shooting at the guy behind us now. Can we grab that? Take it. Really? Is that too big? Leave that on the ground then. Why won't you grab it? There you go. And there was other stuff too, but that's all we have room for. So let's just do this. And maybe we'll get the guy that they're shooting at whenever he dies or whatever. I honestly don't know where they're firing though. Trying to trace the bolts. There. Okay, well that's obvious. Now that I see all the numbers flying out of people. Okay, get rid of that. We're up to 20,000. That's a respectable number. And then we'll come over here and just prepare to loot somebody. Oh no, don't pick him up. Why would you do that? Maybe he's got a bounty. Not yet. He's probably going to die, though. Ah, but that's annoying. I wanted to loot him. He's got pretty good armor. Yeah, he's got, like, painted mercenary plate, so we could keep one and sell the other. But unfortunately, that's not going to happen now. So many medical supplies. How are you guys doing? You're almost healthy. What to do? Well, I think, Horan, you're gonna go back out and look for some fogmen, I think. More fighting happening out here, but again, it's Holy Nation stuff, not fogmen stuff. We don't want to go up there. So, we can descend into the fog this way. Fighting them in the fog is not ideal, though. Oh, there is a fight happening down there. Is it clear, though? Can we get there, even? Or are we going to be attacked? The fight was happening, like, right there. Yeah, this is not where we want to be doing battle with them, because they'll have pretty distinct advantage unless we get a gas mask or something. Oh god, I can't even see. Okay. Yeah, probably not a good place to be fighting. I honestly don't even know where the other fight was happening. I thought it was vaguely in this area, but since I can't see, I can't really track it. Let's pan out. Anything else happening? Not really. Well, obviously this isn't a good place to fight, so let's go back. And we'll probably exit the other side of town, unless maybe we'll try going this way. Oh yeah, there is some fogmen out here. Or something, anyway. What are you guys? Can't tell. Drifters, got it. And they killed a fogman, perfect. Well, we'll come this way and see if maybe they run into anything else and we can kind of use them as backup. Even if they have no intention of helping us, we can kind of give them no choice. God, that fog is thick. Is there any movement other than them? Not really, not that I'm seeing. Anything out here? No. Wow, who knew it was so hard to find fogmen? I think the guards have been really cleaning them up. I would have liked to destroy a couple of their like bases ourselves, but the guards, I believe, have been wiping them out. Because I keep getting notifications. Oh, are we being chased by them right now? Somebody was running over here. Yeah, there's fogmen. Is there a prince among you? There is. Quit running, you bastards. We'll catch him. Yeah, go right past the heavy and straight after the prince. He's already down. One more? Come on. Wow, this guy's actually hanging in there. It's pretty impressive considering that like 120 so damage that he's dealing per swing is enough to take out an entire one of their limbs. So he lost an arm, almost lost his chest. You can't really lose your chest, but it was almost destroyed. Almost lost a leg too. Alright, finish the prince off. And we'll take the head. And I guess we'll grab his blade. Not worth grabbing the stuff from these guys. But let's go turn this in. We don't have enough inventory space to keep hunting. What's the best way into the city? Let's just do this. I'll let the game figure it out. Okay. So off he goes. I'm not seeing anything else in the way. I guess in a pinch, I could send... Oh, John's healthy again. I could send one of them out to go collect the head. If Horan had to kill some more on his way home, but I don't think that'll be necessary. Do we get copper from this? Yes. That's good to know. And it's 100% quality. Although, it's a bit far from the gate for my liking. That's kind of dangerous. Like, mining this is really safe because nobody is going to be able to attack you without drawing the ire of the guards. And so what we probably do is just throw down... I don't know how close it would let us build an ore collection thing, but I mean, like here ideally. That's probably too close though, so maybe on this ridge there. Just somewhere to drop the ore when we get it. And then every once in a while somebody can run it to the trader right there. Easy. Easier than Squin probably, because at least in Mongrel the guards are right there. In Squin, my people get attacked pretty regularly because they're kind of out of the guards' field of view. Although there is a lot more copper available there. So, you know, trade-offs. Okay, sell that head. He's got plenty of money. We're up to 27.5. So we're doing pretty well for ourselves here. I'll sell that sword too, I have no use for it. That means that we have enough to buy the bigger house if we so choose. But then again, we need probably a more consistent way to bring in money if we're going to make a small base there. I'm not sure what that would be though. Like hunting the fog princes is a lot more hit and miss than I would have liked. Oh, hello. You know what? John, come down here. I'm going to let John do it because he's got inventory space where Horan does not. There he is. We need to get him a chiropractor. Okay, so what does this guy have? Pretty solid armor there. That's also high grade. What is yours? Okay, I think everybody has a high grade vest, but it still sells for quite a bit, so we'll probably take it. Is this guy dead, by the way? Blood loss KO, and he's about to lose his right leg. So he's going to be a cripple soon enough. I don't feel too bad about it. Horan, what kind of armor did I give you? High grade mercenary plate. Why does it say stolen? We bought this. That's weird. Anyway. Let's take his. I think I like the look of this one better, just because it's not as plain. Throw that on, even if we're not going to keep it, just so that we can sell it later. And are these worth money? Yeah, almost 1,000. So we'll take those. I'm going to let John handle all the rest of it. So grab the weapon. Pass that to Horan. He's got a bit of space left. Does he not? There we go. Okay, boots. Tank top, and we'll grab this. Horan, do you have any room for that? It seems like such a waste to leave a splint kit. Can I like force you to eat this? How much nutrition does it have? 7? Yeah, we can buy those for really cheap. Let's take this instead. Okay. Back to the trader. Not you. And let's unload this. Again, this is how we've been making a lot of money, is just looting these guys that are laying all over town. There's one there too. We'll have to make sure we check his gear. I do think I like the painted armor though. It's not as boring. Okay. Let's do business. So they're identical, right? Yeah. So I'll sell that for another 4. Sell this for a bit as well. And I don't need this many first aid kits, but I'm going to hang on to them because eventually, whenever we have our own place, we can put some sort of storage in there and throw them in there. Those are very valuable. Less so to sell, more so to use, if that makes any sense. Get rid of that. This is high grade. Everybody has at least high grade, right? Yes. You have an extra high grade. Okay, so we're definitely getting rid of this one. Now, I think this blade is actually better than the one Infinite Wing has, but it's not a significant difference. It's like 0.1 damage or something. Yeah, 1.48 versus 1.58. Well, you know what we can do? It looks like he's in trading range. So let's sell this. Oh no, he's out of trading range. Okay. We'll just sell this one then. It's easier on me. And I think that'll be it. So that leaves us at nearly 40,000. And if I wanted to sell off some of these med kits, we could easily get there. But again, I'd like to keep them for later. So there we have it. I think it does, in this case, now that we have this much money, makes sense for us to go ahead and buy the bigger one just to sort of future-proof. I don't want to make this our extended home, but as I mentioned before, I don't think that the Holy Nation would take us back right away, and so it would be nice to have somewhere to sort of build up our party as we go along here. Let's see. You two, if you could go and loot this guy as well. Let's try to make every last dime we can off these corpses scattered about. Oh, I sent the wrong person. Whoops. You get back to bed. And then you two, get over here and loot this guy. They don't even look like they're from the Holy Nation. I don't know what their whole deal is. I think they're just like... I don't know. Not sure. Not sure what their story is. So he had mercenary leather armor. It's pretty good, but not as good as what we're wearing now. So there's really no point in taking it. Don't have a whole lot of space. Are you nearby to wear that? No. Why didn't you come with us? I sent you both. No, here's what we'll do. Get back in there. Talk to that person. And then John, from where he's currently at, can sell stuff. And then we'll just close it. We'll have John loot some more. You're gonna have to move some of this. We'll take that, and we'll take this. Then Horan talks to this person, and we just keep selling stuff. Alright, so that's all that handled. I don't think there's anybody else lying around that we can loot. It looks like we've got everybody, or at least the majority of their stuff. The stuff worth taking. So, with 50,000 cats now, I think it's definitely looking like we'll be grabbing this. But again, I'm not going to make a decision yet. I'm going to leave it up to you guys, or at least let you have an input. And maybe it's worth looking at armor in the meantime. Or possibly weapons, but we've actually got some decent weapons. We'll see. Would like some improvements to our gear, though. The problem is buying this stuff is so expensive. Whereas, you know, if you loot it, it is free. And you can get pretty good stuff by just scavenging like we've been doing. Okay, so a fog mask would help when we have to fight in the thick fog, but I don't know that I want to spend much money on those right now. Especially since they only really have the one, it looks like. Yeah, I'm only seeing the one. I wouldn't mind getting Horan some sort of headgear, though. But the question is what? I do like the masked helmets. They look pretty cool. And they are quite good as well. But is there anything else? This is kind of interesting. It's a shame it's shoddy. Give him like a giant great helm sort of thing. There's a better version of it. How does it stack up to the masked helmet? Is there a standard one around? Specialist, of course not. Well, 27 and 48. So it's got a little bit better, proportionally better cut resistance, but overall worse. And then the efficiency is overall worse. The weight is the same. This has some harpoon resistance, though. That does too, just not as much. And then some dust storm, acid, and burning protection. Better than that one anyways. Head coverage is 100. Head coverage is 100. Massive perception penalty here. Also an attack penalty. That kind of sucks. Yeah, this is significantly better. Is that what I want, though? I don't know. He hasn't really taken any damage to the head, so maybe I'll just leave him without one for now. I'll save the money for something else. Yeah. Let's go look at weapons. I wonder what they have here. Obviously, he'd prefer something like a Paladin's Cross, but probably not going to find one of those around here, so we'll have to see what else they've got. He's been just using a really good plank, but I'm wondering if we can maybe find a better one. This is a really good plank, though, so probably not. Okay, what do you got? What do you know? They do have Paladin's Crosses. This is lower quality, though. It's only a model number Mark 2, whereas this is a Mark 3. So just in terms of overall quality, this is better. And let's see, we're looking at 1.06 and 1.44. So effectively 2.5 damage per swing, whereas this is going to be less than 2. Also less bleeding damage, because this is, I don't know why. This is more of a blunt damage weapon, but this does, or causes less blood loss. Armor pen, yeah, this doesn't have any bonuses though, so this has greater armor penetration. Not gonna help against Fogmen though. Defense bonus, extra damage versus robots. So, while I think he would really like a Paladin's Cross, not the greatest weapon for the current scenario. So we'll probably hold off on that. Anything else that they have here? Flesh cleavers, combat cleavers. So they actually do have a pretty wide variety of weapons. They've got some Holy Nation stuff. They've got just a little bit of everything, really. Foreign sabers. I thought it looks like a small falling sun. I thought that's what it was. There's a falling sun. But yeah, I think what we have is still definitely better. So I guess it's not worth trading out our weapon just yet. Now, what these guys have, like, what are you carrying? It's also a Mark III. We're looking at 1.88 damage. Whereas this Nodachi is pretty terrible comparatively. Is there a better one? It is better, but it's still not anywhere on the same playing field. How about a combat cleaver? Mark II. We're looking at 1.7. This is still better. So I think we'll just keep the ringed sabers for now. I don't particularly like them, but we got them for free, and they serve their purpose well enough, so we'll just hang on to them. But eventually, obviously when we build up our own Legion, we're going to be using more traditional Holy Nation weapons. Although I think I'd like to make a little bit more use of polearms. I feel like polearms are underappreciated in everything. You don't see a lot of them used in Kenshi, even though they certainly exist. So maybe something like this standard polearm for the basic troops, the Sentinels, and then obviously Paladins have to have a Paladin's Cross. It just doesn't make sense any other way. But we'll run crossbows too. Just because the rest of the Holy Nation doesn't like to use them doesn't mean we can't be more intelligent than them and take advantage. Alright. So I think with our shopping done, I'll go ahead and end the episode here. Let me know what you guys think regarding kind of setting up in town. Is it worth trying to get established here? We would, of course, need to buy materials to build the things that we need and recruit somebody to do that research for us. These two are both fighters. They've already got decent fighting skill. and I don't think I would really like to dedicate one of them to science. So we need to find somebody else to do that as well. Now there's plenty of recruits around, but we'd be starting essentially from scratch. No matter who we choose, they're going to be going from zero, unless we find somebody that has science skill, but I highly doubt that we will. Anyways, that's where I'll leave it for today. So thank you so much for watching. I had a great time playing some Kenshi with you, and I look forward to seeing you guys back here for the next episode.